Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. We're so happy to see you guys all here with us this evening, either in Zoom or on TikTok or on Facebook. It is day 35 of Kickstart Summer 2025. I can't believe day 35. We are starting week 6 tomorrow, everybody. The 6 weeks of the 42-day challenge portion of Kickstart is up.
But as you guys all know, things are ending.
No.
I actually finished everything, everybody. Everything's ready. Day 43 to 147 is ready for you guys to go read. If you go to the dashboard, it's all there for your whole summer activities are all laid out for you. All the leg lists we're going to be doing by day 147. You'll see how many leg lists we'll be doing by that day.
You could go look ahead of time, or you could just let it just happen naturally. Happen naturally.
And that's another thing we want to talk about tonight is the changes to the dashboard. So you guys have been noticing a few little additions adding on. There's now a chat section on the front page of the dashboard. There's now some chatting below your daily tasks and your fitness tasks. I actually posted a strike kick link on the dashboard right now below the strike kick section. So what we've been doing is we've been making our website more interactive. This has been our vision all along. We're slowly bringing things all together because what we found,
genius brain.
What we found is that when it's on Facebook, it's hard to keep track of. Yes. You know, you're doing your daily task and you're posting about it, and then you lose it because it gets all sent below. But now everything is self-contained. And what means is that if you go to day 32, your comments from day 32 are still there. If you are, if you're doing if you're catching up and you're on day 20, you can go back to day 20 and still post to be part of the actual tasks that you're doing.
And not have to go look through what day of the week it was, because it's all laid out for you specifically by day on the amazing dashboard that Nick created for us.
We also, on the first page, have added a chat there because as people join Kickstart now, there's actually an orientation set up for you guys. So if you have new members who are coming to Kickstart, tell them, don't worry. There's a 5-day orientation already for you. It's already all there on the website.
And there's videos to boot.
Videos, instructions on how to learn, how to join Kickstart. And then it also shows you how to track everything you need to learn to join Kickstart at any time. Yeah. So anybody can come and join us now.
And that's why I kind of think I love this idea too, is because you can go, if you have someone who's starting off and they've never been part of Kickstart, have them watch the orientation. If they decide to purchase the book, they can start on day 142 or whatever they are in the book with us. Exactly. They don't need to do, I'm 6 weeks behind. No,
they can.
They're just starting at that point in time along with us.
Yeah.
For their journey in themselves. So it's very cool.
And with the change to Kickstart, we also had to change the contest. So what's going to happen is we're not going to have a 42-day contest anymore. We're going to change it up. Instead, we're going to do a monthly contest. So how do you get into this contest? It's easy. Track. If you are a diamond status by noon Eastern time on the 1st of the month, you will be put into a draw to win a $15 Amazon gift card.
From the previous month.
So it's not just the previous month, it's up till now.
Up till now.
So if we're at day 130 and you've not tracked anything, you better go back and catch up because you want to get diamond, you got to catch up. Of course, in the fall, it'll reset when fall Kickstart starts up, then you'll start from 0 again. But this is part of the summer Kickstart. What happens to your ballots? There's still going to be a final prize at the end of Kickstart. So all the ballots you're earning from doing step classes, from joining chats, from submitting your tracker, all these ballots, you're still going to accumulate all summer. At the end of the summer, we're going to grab those. We're going to create a prize pack. Probably some Tupperware in there.
Maybe your next Kickstart journal.
Maybe a t-shirt we're getting made.
Maybe
cookbooks. So we don't know what we're going to have in that final prize pack, but what we're going to do is at the end of Kickstart, there's still going to be a final prize. We decided to do it this way so that it gives you guys more incentive to keep up with your trackers.
On a monthly basis.
So if every month you want to win possibly $15, all you got to do is submit your tracker. Hey, at the same time, you might create some new habits. It's all part of the solution we're trying to come up with for you guys. So that's starting now. So you guys, for those of you who submitted your trackers today still, I'm going to go download the data again after tonight's chat because some people didn't hear about this till now. So if you've not caught up with your trackers and you want to be in the contest for May to win the $15 Amazon gift card after tonight's chat, please go right ahead now to the dashboard, submit your missing tracker. I will re-download the list tonight and I will rerun the process. So I will include you guys in the contest. But this is the only month I'm doing this. Going forward, By June 1st, if by noon o'clock, if you're at 12:05 and you submitted your tracker, sorry, I said 12. And that's the deadline going forward. I'm giving you guys this month because we just started this morning.
He's being stern.
I am stern. I'm setting some limits. But yes.
We're watching a TV show from the late 1800s, and the teacher was very stern at that point. So I think he's like, it's been influencing him.
No, I'm just saying.
He means the first of every month, not just June 1st. So the first of every month at noon is the cutoff date for the draw.
So today, if you've not submitted your trackers, I know some of you I see right now have not submitted all your trackers, go right ahead. Go right now, submit them all. I will download the list after the chat tonight, and you'll be included in the contest. And every month we're going to keep going. So next month at the end, on July 1st, Canada Day, we will draw, well, probably not on that day itself, but at noon Canada Day, we will grab all the names. We will post the diamond list on the dashboard like I did this month. And then you guys will draw a prize again. And we'll do that August 1st, September 1st, and we'll continue doing that going forward because that's, we're doing.
The kitties are fighting.
Kitties are fighting.
It's not even Saba.
No, it's Maui and Peru. Yeah, he's to fight them. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. So that's the changes. That's the two major changes. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this new weave of changes we've added throughout Kickstart.
And it's never going to stop. We're going to tell you this is always going to evolve. We're always going to try to not only make it better for all of you guys, but it makes it better for us too. Yeah. We're being extremely selfish in certain ways as well because it's working for us.
Exactly.
And that's what we want. But when it works for us and we can still provide it to all of you, it just feels amazing. It really does. So
this week was a fun week. We actually got to go for 2 walks this week. Yeah, and then it got cold and rainy again.
And then we went, and then I went to a work event on Thursday, which kind of threw things off because we weren't together for the day. Although I'm not going to lie.
I did have my birthday, though.
We did have Nick's birthday.
What did you make me for my birthday?
I made him, so originally he was supposed to go into the office. But he didn't go into the office.
And the day before, okay, so my work from the office day is Wednesdays. So I was gonna go in like regular, but I was like, it's
my birthday.
My birthday. I can skip a day, so I'll just go 2 days next week or something. So I'll go another time.
Originally, my plan was I was gonna go grocery shopping, and I was like, okay, he loves poutine, so I was gonna make him a poutine, and then I'm like, okay, well then he likes rigatoni, and then I was gonna make him rigatoni. Then I'm like, oh, but we have turkey in the fridge, and I know he loves turkey dinner, so I can make him turkey. So I was just gonna surprise him with one of those. Well, when I found out that he's going to be home, I can't surprise him. I'm going to be cooking in front of him. So I'm like, what do you want for dinner? And oddly enough, I thought he was going to pick rigatoni, which he did. But I was expecting my tomato sauce, but instead he asked for my cauliflower Alfredo sauce.
That's how good it is. That's how good it is.
I was shocked because I was like,
yes,
like, that's the one you want.
Yes.
And of course I added cheese to it. We baked it in the oven. It was delicious.
And we had it with broccoli.
I made broccoli. Yeah, I almost made it like a broccoli Alfredo, but with rigatoni because we don't eat feta cheese.
And of course he put extra cheese on it for me.
There was extra cheese. It was his birthday, right?
I love cheese.
And then for dessert, he did not want a cake. You know what he wanted? Dairy Queen. So I got him a Dairy Queen.
I got a Blizzard.
I got a Blizzard. He wanted a Blizzard.
I'm not a cake person. I've never been. And
except for if we could have gotten a Baskin Robbins cake, it would have been a Baskin Robbins.
That's a different story. That's
or a pudding shama, but I wouldn't want to make a whole pudding shama. Exactly.
So my birthday was good. I want to thank everyone for all the birthday wishes. I think I said so on Thursday last week, but I want to say it again because I'm still getting birthday wishes after my birthday's been over. So thank you.
It's about a week after.
I know.
It's crazy how Facebook.
And then people are watching his song to me. What's funny is that I saw him record part of that video right in front of me, but I had no clue what he was doing because that person.
He's like, "How did you sing Happy Birthday?" And I didn't hear you. I'm like, "Don't you notice I'm whispering?"
And then you got Peru and the cats in it. Like I was right there on the couch when you got Peru on the video. Like, where was I?
You in the video? That would have been funnier. I didn't think about it till afterwards.
Yeah. Next time. I said though.
No, but I just got you in the video without you realizing it.
Okay. A few other things that happened this week. We actually fully booked up the Windsor Pedal and Pour.
We're so excited.
So 12 of us will be biking through Windsor, Ontario on July 12th. So everybody's already, we've already got our tickets. I just have to get them to confirm, the company to confirm, and we're all good to go. So that's happening. We're also announced this weekend, or today, the Iceland cruise.
Yes.
So in 2026, if you've ever wanted to go to Iceland, it's a bucket list item for you, and you've wanted to go, we are going next year, 2026, July 25th to August 1st, so teachers can come on this as well. and it's with Rustic Mama Retreats.
Yeah.
It's a 7-day Iceland cruise. It's fully Iceland the entire time. We start in Reykjavik and we end in Reykjavik.
We actually fly from here to Iceland and then in Reykjavik.
Go around that
Do the
island.
cruise, yeah.
So we're so excited. It's on our bucket list. I've always wanted to see an iceberg.
So we live
Not on a ship while going towards it,
Yeah.
but from a distance. I don't want to,
don't want to be on an iceberg.
No. I want to see one from afar.
And then go to the Blue Lagoon too.
Yes, the Blue Lagoon as well. And I want to see a volcano. So I saw one in Costa Rica.
See the
but it was
type of volcano.
But I saw it was a green tree volcano. I want to see one with lava. I know. I'm weird.
So I'm looking forward to that. So that's an exciting thing. If you guys are interested in reaching out and getting more info, it's very easy. Jean-Luc@nick.com/Iceland Cruise.
So I'll post it in chat for those of you. But if you want more details, just comment below and I'll send you the information. Something else that we've announced and it's now available to register is our St. Jacobs event.
Yes, we already have a few people registered.
Yeah, we're up to 12 people already for St. Jacobs. Yeah, we have 12 people who are going to join us. All we're doing is we're going to St. Jacobs Market near Waterloo, shop around.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we're going to be going
to do Picard's Peanuts as well.
Yes, Picard's Peanuts.
Right there.
And then we're also going to have lunch together. And then we're going to drive through Waterloo University campus because that's where I went to school. And I want to see if it's changed since I've been there. It has. I can guarantee. It has it's changed since I've been there. So that's happening well. So I'll post that in chat as well. And then this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday is the Shoppers Drug Mart the Shoppers Drug Mart Run for Women 5K walk. So we're going to be there Saturday morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. I believe it's 8 a.m., not 7. I think it's not 7, but 8 a.m. To do a 5K walk. There's a pretty big group of us, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're at least 6 or 7 people doing this together, which I love. I think that's a great number. That's a great group because we can all stick together as much as we can, but we all walk at our own pace. And then we're going to do some lunch after that. And then after that, Nick, myself, Ma, Lizette, and Lynn are going to see a play. We're going to see Clue.
Who did it?
Who did it?
It was Colonel Mustard in the library with the lead pipe.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I used to play that game all the time as a kid. I was very good at it.
I love the movie. So when I saw the play coming to Toronto, we had to go.
And tomorrow tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Just think of us.
Just think of us in happy thoughts. Give us some warm feelings. We are auditioning for something. That's all we're gonna say. So we're auditioning for something tomorrow, and we just practiced at 6 with our other participants.
Yeah.
And so please wish us luck tomorrow for our 7 o'clock audition.
Exactly. We're looking forward to it. But let's get to tonight's topic because I think that's what we're all here for, right? So we're here for what tonight? This whole idea of being out of control, but this whole idea of binging, right? We've talked about it already before. We had amazing conversation with Tia, who came and was extremely vulnerable and honest with us about her experience with the binging. And we thought it was such an important topic now that we needed to still bring it up and continue talking about it, because you know what? When we stop talking about things, we think everything's okay. And we don't learn from anything. So the more we talk about things and we repeat ourselves and we hear stories about struggle, but stories about success, the better we are and the better we understand our own journey. So
this topic is actually inspired by 2 members, so Lynn and Carol. So Lynn's here tonight. Carol, I'm not sure if she's here, but this was their suggested topic. And we wanted to bring it back because Tia talked about it at the beginning of Kickstarter.
Yes.
And now we wanted to kind of bring in our own, where we fall on the binging, our own personal stories with this and struggles with it. And as well talk to you guys about things we've read to either help you get through it or
think about it differently maybe, and how to approach this whole concept of binging, right? So our topic tonight, again, is, like we said, it was from Lynn and Carol, and we need to really understand that it's a topic that we can all definitely relate to, because we've all at some point in our life maybe had a sort of a binge. You might not have realized it because not everybody does it as often as others,
or the same way
of doing it. So and you know what?
And we do it differently.
Yeah, and knowing how to stop, knowing how to control it is half the battle. Right? Because you might not be able to completely stop it, but learning how to control it or identifying those moments when it does happen.
So first things first, before we talk about this tonight, we want to make sure that this is a safe space.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to us, about this, we will of course have a Zoom session closed after this to discuss this in a group. But this is a topic that could cause some people to feel a little, discomfort. So we just want to make sure that, you're not alone. This is a safe space. There's no shame, no judgment.
No.
We're just here to support and to have real discussions and to talk about what struggles we go to, so that maybe we'll get some aha moments by discussing it.
And exactly, maybe share some different solutions that worked for some of us in order for us to see if we can apply it to our own journey. So binging isn't about a lack of.
I just want to warn them one thing.
Oh,
Remember, everybody.
I was parched, so thank you.
Water. There we go.
So let's get back to the topic. Binging is not a lack of willpower. At least that's not how we look at it, okay? It's not about being lazy or undisciplined, okay? Because it's often what binging is, it's just a response to something deeper. That could either be some type of restriction that you've made upon yourself, so not eating enough earlier in the day.
Or depriving yourself of something completely from your diet.
Being emotionally overwhelmed, either you're stressed, you're bored, you're sad, you're anxious. It could also be just part of a long habit, a habit loop. So you're repeating the same cycle because your brain has gotten so used to that you automatically binge every day at 3:00 because that's your binge time.
Like, think about it. How many of us back, like when I was in university, you'd be studying all day and then you get back to campus, and then me, one of my routines was ordering late night food, right? Like takeout or eating somewhere because you're so late, your time, and I'm pretty sure for mothers, this is another thing, for you're so busy, sometimes you don't have time to eat when you were taking care of your kids. So we all have those moments where we can't concentrate on our nutrition and what we eat. And what ends up happening is we end up sometimes going the opposite now, is like when I get a chance to, we're like, oh my God, I better get it in. And that pattern of getting it in, when you have that stressful situation, doesn't disappear with time, because now it's become a habit that you always do this when you're in that type of situation.
It's the flight or flight moment of food. Like, oh my God, I have a minute to eat right now. Let me just jam whatever I can. Right?
And as much as I can.
And as much as I can. But it's also maybe something that's the perfectionist in you. Feeling like you blew it, so you might as well just keep going. Right? So those are different reasons why we could go on a binge, or we do binge.
And sometimes binging is just your body saying, I need more food. Sometimes it's your heart saying that I need comfort. I need something to help me feel better. Sometimes it's, your way of signaling that you're giving up. And I know that's usually one of my major ones. Like I identify with all 4 of these types of binging. The one that I identify the most with is restriction, because what ends up happening for me the most is I restrict myself, I stop doing something, and then it comes back tenfold when I have it back, and I have even a harder time stopping to do it. And so that to me is my biggest one that I have. The other 3 are still there. I get emotionally overwhelmed. I can control my eating with that, but sometimes it does happen. Habit loops, okay, but for me, it's restriction.
I would say it's the habit loops, because I associate a lot of my foods with specific times of day or watching TV, or you know what I mean? Like, so that's I noticed that habit loop is one of the ones that I struggle with the most.
I used to have a lot of the perfectionism one, where back in the day, if I, didn't follow something, then that night, like, oh, screw it, might as well just eat everything anyways. That mentality I used to have a lot more, and it's something that I used to do a lot more. I don't do that as much anymore, because, well, right now we're kind of not doing anything major in terms of following a good food program, but like, I'm not right now eating more because I'm so sad and mad at myself because I'm not following a specific diet right now. We're just eating because we just want to. It has nothing to do. It's just we're lazy. We don't want to get started. Maybe the weather, how our brains are feeling. But like I said, perfectionism right now is not affecting my eating, because so right now it really is restriction that's affecting.
And I think what's really important to know that either way, whatever it is, it's just a signal, right? And whatever you're doing and how you're doing it, and if you are binging, it's not failure. We need to realize that this is not failure. It's not failure, because you can still keep going, right? So let's go ahead and take a moment, okay? So we don't need you to share this out loud, but we want you to write this down, because it sometimes helps. What do we say when you write something down and take it out from inside of your brain and putting it on paper, or recording yourself saying it as well is really good, because then you could repeat, you could hear yourself saying it again, right? So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give you a sentence and I will need you to fill in the blanks, okay? So, first sentence. When I binge, I usually feel blank before it happens. When I binge, I usually feel blank before it happens. There's a second part to that, and it's, and afterward, I usually feel blank. So we want you to really think about this. You don't need to fill it out right now because you might not be able to find the answer in your head. Sometimes you might need to wait till an actual binge is about to start to make you realize what you actually feel in both of those instances.
Did you want to answer it?
When I binge, I usually feel bored, I think. That's the first thing that came to my mind right now is bored.
I usually feel like I'm missing something. Like I miss cheese. I haven't had cheese in so long, so I want cheese. And then I just
so it's maybe not hunger.
Then I go like I'm gonna get a brick and I get a cheese curds because I have different kinds, and then I get 60.
He wants a charcuterie.
I want a charcuterie of cheese, and I think it happens to all of us with like chips. Like it adds to me again a deprivation thing.
And then afterwards, I usually feel heavy.
Traffic jam. For those who know what that means.
Yeah. And I think I feel heavy not only physically,
that's what I mean.
Mentally.
Like heavy.
I feel both. I think there's some heaviness, some guilt that falls into play. And it's crazy because I should not feel guilty about eating something, but I do. Guilt comes into my mind right away. Like, why did I just eat that? I'm not hungry. I will say this lately, I'm very proud of myself is that late at night, I've been able to say, no, I don't want anything right now. I don't need another snack. And I've been doing that, which I don't know why, but I have been. So the most important thing to shift is you can make it stop making yourself feel guilty. Okay, change the guilt to curiosity instead.
Yeah. So when it's next time you actually have a binge
episode, being self-aware.
After you're done that episode, instead of being mad and feel guilty about it, instead sit back and try to discern what happened.
Yeah, what
got you there?
It's almost like a murder mystery.
It's Clue.
It's Clue. Oh,
it was Nick in the kitchen with the spoon. With the spoon. That's what it was.
That's what it is, exactly. Play Clue. And I know this sounds funny, but what do we often say? Make the journey fun. Yeah. And the best way to have fun is sometimes laughing at ourselves.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds funny because, again, we want you to be funny, but maybe it'll make you feel a little bit lighter about the situation. So what's the first question that you should really ask yourself is, what led up to this moment? What led up to this moment?
I hadn't had cheese in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't had cheese in a long time. Ooh, I deprived myself. I've been depriving myself, right? Another question is, was I hungry? Oh, was I tired? Was lonely? It sounds like HALT, if I'm not mistaken. We talked about that already, right? Our HALT acronym: hungry, alone, tired, and lonely.
That's HATL.
HATL. I might have spelled it incorrectly because I just was following there. So that's basically the HALT acronym. Or we just said it. Am I restricting myself? Was there something that I've been really wanting for a while now and I've been depriving myself from having it that now I couldn't control myself because it was brought into the house?
Or I walked somewhere and it was that Cinnabon smell was that damn Eglinton station. Oh, on the subway. We all know that Eglinton station. That for those of you in Toronto, it smells like Cinnabon all the time.
Or was I trying to numb something?
Is there something going on that food was just there because you needed it?
Some emotions that I'm trying to cover up right now. Is there emotions that I'm trying to just stuff down and pile food on top of because it'll make me feel better?
And there's a reason why we want you to start asking yourself these questions. And you should ask yourself these questions all the time when you have these setbacks, we'll call them. Because guilt does nothing. Guilt just
makes us stuck.
It sticks you where you're in your feet at your spot, and you don't do anything about it.
Guilt is quicksand. Guilt gets you nowhere because you can't move anywhere because you're feeling guilty for doing something that you shouldn't feel guilty about.
But self-awareness, asking these questions from yourself leads to you to learn about yourself. Maybe you'll get that aha moment. Maybe there's something that you never realized because you never asked yourself these specific questions.
And that's what it's all about. When you ask these questions, what are you doing? You're trying to see what your patterns are, and you're trying to break the pattern. A lot of times, we don't want to break them all, but sometimes we just need to. Sometimes there's certain things we do need to break, or at least rearrange.
And remember, as you're going through this exercise of discovering why this happened, you also have to be compassionate with yourself.
Yes.
So the other side of not feeling guilty and doing the investigation is also realizing that you're also a human being, and give yourself grace, because guilt and anger will not lead you to make a better choice.
Nope.
It'll lead you to just more anger and guilt,
Mhm.
because it'll just keep leading on that wrong path.
Instead, yeah, I'm sorry, hun.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, instead of saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that," changing that thought into, you know what? Next time, I hope I make a better choice.
And explore it. That's why you guys have your Kickstart book. You can write these things down. If you have a binge episode and you're trying to discover what's going on, use your reflection section in your book. Every second, and I know the Amazon book is coming. I haven't gotten an email saying anything's wrong yet. So hopefully everybody, let's cross our fingers that by Friday it's out. Let's do another prayer for that too, please. That's 7 p.m. tomorrow, and the book comes out this week. Come on, Amazon. But yeah, in the book that you guys are going to get for the summer, there's space still for you guys to reflect every week. So you can write these things down, patterns you're noticing. We're going to be doing this all summer. So take the time to really study yourself this summer and really understand what's causing these things.
And then we're going to be doing it all fall too.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into that whole compassionate step and what we should do, what types of steps we can take to be more compassionate with ourselves and to start shifting out of the whole binging cycle. So one of the big things we can do is eat regularly.
We are both bad at this right now.
We're at this right now.
We've not been able to eat breakfast for all, so we are trying to correct this.
We do need to.
And we just talked about it today. We are changing our commitments at the end of this week.
You'll find out next week about how
we are completely changing them because we treated the first 6 weeks of Kickstart as a kickstand. There we go. We've treated our first 6 weeks as a kickstand instead of a kickstart, and we're really we're willing to go. We want to go further for the next few weeks and next few months. So we are going to actually increase our commitments and make them a little tougher. One of my commitments I just thought of today, and he said it was brilliant, was
that's pretty good.
I have to wake up at 6 a.m. every Monday to Friday. Doesn't tell me I have to teach step. Doesn't tell me I have to do anything else. No, it doesn't tell me I have to go to bed early. It just says I got to be up at 6 a.m. And I know myself, I'll have to go to bed early to do that. And I'll have to do step because I'll be up anyways. So it's all encompassing. So we're going to try it. We're going to try it.
The thing is if you don't try something, you don't know if you can succeed at it to begin with. So
eat regularly.
So what I was saying is eating regularly, not skipping meals. That's one thing Nick and I have been terrible at. He was saying we've been skipping meals, and because we haven't been hungry, because we haven't been eating our regular eating pattern.
We eat a lot of snacks.
And so what ends up happening is it leads to binging, because eventually we get so ravenous that we need to eat. And what do? We go for the easy, quick.
We had Chinese food last night.
It was our takeout.
Honest.
Yeah,
be honest.
Yeah. So another thing is
ditch the all or nothing mindset. And we'll say that twice.
Ditch that all or nothing mindset. Ditch it.
This is a big proponent as to why we changed Kickstart.
Yes.
We realized that doing the 42 days and then ending it after 6 weeks was causing all or nothing mindset. It was doing it to us. It was doing it to you guys. And so we realized that's not going to work. We got to make a change. And so we made the change. But you have to make that change in your own mindset as well. Yeah. You got to realize that if one day you're not getting all your commitments, that's okay. Because what did we say? What do you need to get diamond? You just need to track every day. We don't care if you track one checkbox every day for 147 days. It means you showed up every day for 147 days and did that one task, and that's all that matters. That's all we care about. So don't get mad at yourself if you're not doing everything every day. You're at least trying something every day, and that's what that whole, get rid of that all or nothing.
Exactly. One day is not the entire 143 days.
7.
Or 147. 7 days.
I work those days.
This is that whole concept again that we used to talk about all the time that we haven't bring back. It's that whole 80-20 mentality. And we need to bring that back into our lives.
It's in the summer.
It's
in the summer curriculum.
We've talked about 80-20 so much before, and that is that whole all or nothing. 80% of something is better than doing nothing. 10% of something is better than doing nothing. So just always know that 1 or 2 days of maybe not being exactly where you want to be is not going to harm you in any way.
Next one is to identify your triggers. So this is especially important for those of us who suffer from, emotional binging.
Yeah.
When you know that I get stressed at work, then it leads me to B. When I have a meeting with so-and-so or I meet my friends, I go home and I feel bad and I end up overeating. Like, think of what's causing these things for you to have these episodes for yourself, so that maybe next time you'll remember, okay, when I do this, I know it usually leads me to binging after because this is what happens. I feel like this. So to prevent that this time, I'm going to prepare myself. I'll bring someone else with me. I don't know, I'll dance with cucaracha. I don't know what you need to do to make it work, but I'm just.
But the thing is, too, is not only think of it as like a feeling or a time, think of places, because it could just be where you're currently located at as a specific.
That darn Eglinton subway station.
It could be, no, but it could be your desk. It
Yeah.
could be your desk. That, like, honestly, so sometimes writing down those moments that you feel that trigger came into play is so important. So the next one is creating a pause moment. And we've talked about this often, pausing, taking those pauses, taking moments of positivity, right? Where you're pausing a moment. So maybe that's a great place to do it. Not maybe, it is a great place to all of a sudden go, okay, I really want to
the 5 Ds.
right now.
The
Or
5
use
Ds.
the 5 Ds. Yeah.
The delay, distract, deep breath, discuss, and I was gonna say deny, but no, that's not the right one.
That's the wrong key.
I don't remember the other one right now.
I can't think of it right now, but the 5 Ds.
The 5 Ds.
Yeah.
They're somewhere. We talked about them last time. I don't remember them off the top of my head now, but those are a part of that, taking time to just pause.
Breathing techniques are great times to take a pause. So when you're feeling that moment of stress and you might feel like something's gonna just like go off kilter, take those deep breaths and breathe out. Sometimes even taking a sigh, breathing in and sighing. And honestly, everybody, the noises that we make when we actually take those moments are very helpful. If you are keeping these feelings inside, know that sometimes you need to just scream them out. So if you have a big yard and you need to go outside and yell, I recommend it. It feels fantastic. It absolutely does.
And the last step, the last note that we want to give to you guys is to have a plan, not a punishment.
No punishing.
So don't get mad at yourself after the fact because it's happened. Plan for it. Next day, hey, I had a binge last night. You know what? But tomorrow I'm going for my walk.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat my meals today. I'm not going to skip any meals. I'm going to do the daily fitness tasks with Jean-Luc and Nick because I love doing them and they're making my butt strong. And then I'm going to go do step class because that helps my buns get strong too. And there you go. That's exactly how you're going to start your planning your day for the following after. And you're already doing that. You guys are all in Kickstart.
Not even the following day, the following moment if you can.
But you guys have the tools at your disposal to get right back on it. And I'm not saying on or off again, but that whole mentality of getting that thing you need to get that hook to get you back in. Come and see that daily task that next day. Maybe the next day it's just going outside for a 15-minute walk and take a photo. Maybe, you know what, I can do that. And you go for that walk and that 15-minute walk clears your mind and you're like, oh my God, I can do this. I can do anything.
I love that suggestion and that piggyback idea of when you know you did have a binge and you're honest about it, that you know that every time it happens that you do have to force yourself to go to the dashboard or find something that works for you that's going to make you feel good and not make you feel guilty. Exactly. Right? And not give you that punishment.
Exactly. So I hope those are good tips for you guys. Remember, the goal isn't for you guys to be perfect at this. It's just that you get some progress, to learn from what you're doing, to be able to maybe change some habits.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and close our live stream, but we're going to go ahead and talk about, different situations that you guys might have as members. But before that, let's just remember that we're here to help each other out, right? We're not here to look or compare ourselves to anybody else because every single one of us is different. and we're all going to figure things out differently that works well with us, but we're not alone to figure it out. And that's the most amazing part.
Yeah. So if you've been feeling out of control, you're not alone. Others have as well in the past. I think many of us here have gone through a situation where we felt out of control. And so you have the right audience to help you get through this. So if you're struggling, please share, let us know, and then we'll work out on a community to get you through this, because that's what we're here for.
And this is what's so cool about this community is that we bring awareness to each other, and we bring compassion, we bring strength, we bring resilience. And we do this without any restrictions of any kind.
There's a reason why we're very honest about everything we do. Like we could come on here and tell you guys, oh, we never had Chinese food speak
but then,
at all. No Chinese food came into this condo, and then we'd show you our credit card bills and we'd be liars. But we're trying to show you guys that, we're real people. We struggle with this all the time. Yeah. We will struggle with this our entire life. We've created Kickstart to help us kickstart our lives and to make ourselves better, get ourselves something to look forward to every day to do with a group of people that are behind us, that we can all do this together. This is what Kickstart's about. And so if you are here and you want that same kind of feeling, then that's what Kickstart's for. You're in the right place. You're in the right place for all of us to support each other and to just get through this summer.
And we can grow and show up for each other.
Exactly.
That's what the important part is. And choosing progress and not perfection. Being glad that you are progressing forward and not looking back at what can't be changed, but looking forward as to what you can do and the opportunities that are in front of us.
So thank you so much for those of you who join us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. We're going to end the live feed for tonight, so we'll see you tomorrow. We are planning to do step this week, so we are going to try to wake up tomorrow morning. It's in the plans.
It's in the plan.
And so we'll see you then. And if not, we'll see you on Tuesday. We have a chat with Tracy. Our third time coming as a guest. She'll be talking about how to love yourself. And this Thursday, Jean-Luc is making dessert spring rolls.
Spring rolls. My strawberry cheesecake spring rolls
are to die for.
Delish.
They're really good.
Delish.
And then next Sunday is the former end of Kickstarter, but now it's just a regular week. We're just gonna meet up, say how we're doing 6 weeks in. Cycle 1's done. That's basically what we're gonna call it now, cycle 1. We're going to cycle 2 of summer, and we're gonna start the exercise. It's gonna get a little tougher. The daily tasks a little more mindy. The games on Friday is a little gamer.
We apologize on Friday. We were actually supposed to. Yeah. We had said we're gonna go live. We ended up going to bed at 9:30.
You were tired.
Yeah, we ended up going to bed at 9:30 on Friday night. So we were gonna go live and play the spider game with you, but we ended up not doing it.
And there's games also
live right now.
Everywhere. Yeah, we have games for you all summer, so we'll look for games on Fridays continuing throughout the summer. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Stick around, everybody else.
1 second.
Okay, I'm gonna go warm food up.
We haven't had dinner yet.